Today on this episode of Xtreme Travels, we're going to look at how my family of 5 took another trip to Orlando. That's right, our second one in the last 6 months. It's about $5,000 for this trip, and believe it or not, we spent another $5,000 while we were there, and we didn't bring home anything extra with us. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Xtreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Welcome to another episode of Xtreme Travels. Mrs. X, my wife, absolutely hates these trips. The reason why is it's actually more work than it is relaxing, but man, are we going to have some fun. And I don't just mean what Mrs. X and I did in the bedroom last night. So this trip is from Labor Day 2023, where we decided to head to Orlando. We were going to do the 3 different Universal parks, SeaWorld, and I feel like there was something else, but I guess not. So we're going to talk all about that today. We're going to tell you why we chose certain things that we did. We didn't go to Disney this time. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Also, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that we go by whenever we go to these parks, because we have very certain stringent standards, so to say, to make sure we maximize our time, especially only being there for 5 days. We're also going to look at where we stayed. We stayed at a new property this time. The property wasn't new, but it was new to us, and it was definitely worth it. Something we're going to do again, despite the fact it was a very cheap property. So we're going to go into all of this. I'm going to tell you which rides are the best. We typically hit every single ride. There's no ride that scares us. We love roller coasters. We love high impact rides. You can see me with my arms up on the Dudley Falls right there. But first, let's look at the place we stayed. Now, a week before we were going, I actually canceled our reservation and changed it to the Dockside Inn and Suites, or Dockside, whatever. It's Universal property, so it's sitting on Universal. Here's some pictures of the lobby right here. They had an outstanding food area, a cafe where you could buy overpriced food of any type, really. To-go food, food made to order, a lot of different options. They did have a bar on the inside as well, which was very important for me. There was also a Walgreens that was about half a mile away in case you wanted to pick up your own drinks or anything of that nature. We're going to look at the room in a second here, but we booked here simply for the fact that it was on property, so you could get on Universal property an hour before the public. They had free transportation to Universal property. We did not book a rental car because we didn't need it. Lifts are incredibly cheap down there for the few times we needed it. And the buses run every 15 minutes, so it's really, really easy to get to property. They did have a couple pools locally as well at the resort. We never used them because we were at the parks the entire time. But here, let's take a look at the room, which was a little cheap, but it worked. This is a tour of the Dockside Inn 2-bedroom suite. I hesitate using the word suite, but the main room here is 2 queen-size beds with a television. We are on the 7th floor, and if you hear me breathing heavily, it's because we only take stairs when we're hotels, so we just went up 7 flights. A little bit of drawer space. We've actually been here for 5 days already, so you see a lot of our stuff everywhere. Little kitchenette area right here. A larger mini fridge with a microwave, sink, and some counter space. Then here's the second bedroom. Same size of bed. Another window, another television. And then this is their closet. Not the best, but a place to store luggage. You have a double vanity on the outside of the water closet. They do provide you with shampoo, soap, and conditioner, and a traditional tub shower. So it's not the best room, but it does the job to hold a family of 4 to 6. Now, one of the parks we went to was Volcano Bay. This is part of Universal. It is their water park. It's probably the 2nd or 3rd coolest water park that I've been to. They had every kind of ride you can imagine. Everything from a wave pool to tons of different water slides. I think over 50 different ones. They had a lazy river. They had a wave river that was like a rapid lazy river, if you will. Now, admission to this was part of the Universal package, so we had a 5-day ticket. We could go to any park we want. They had some cool stuff like a water roller coaster, But, being out in the sun all day in Labor Day is kind of tough. So what really elevated this experience for us was we dropped another $1,000 to get a cabana for the day. So the cabana is on the second floor. They have a number of them available, and depending how busy they are, the price will range anywhere from $300 to $1,000. I had to be a little bit of a Karen because they told me they were sold out, so I asked to speak to the manager, and I ended up getting one. Told him I'm Mr. X. So it did cost $1,000, has a fridge, has a safe, has a charger. Again, you can get out of the sun, plenty of sitting area right here. Now, what's really unique about this is they supply the towels, so you don't have to rent any. You have your own private waiter that you have his phone number, and you just text him what food you want. They did give you a supply of water and a breakfast platter, which was kind of neat, because as with any water park, the food is overpriced. We ordered some jerk wings and some nachos and hot dogs and stuff like that for the kids as well. You can see the menu. Now, the menu is also on a pedestal as well, an electronic pedestal, and these are located throughout the park. This is really neat. You don't wait in lines at this park. What you do is you use your tapu tapu, which is something that's on everybody's wrist, and you walk over and you push it up against those electronic stands, and it essentially puts you in a virtual line. Now, with that, the negative is you have to walk all over the park and then wait anywhere from 0 minutes up to 6 hours was the longest wait. But since we had a cabana, we could choose what ride we wanted there. So that really allowed us to maximize our time and was definitely worth it. Amazing water park. I highly recommend it if you go, and if you have the funds, get a cabana. It's also been a while since we hit SeaWorld, so we decided to do that. Now, a lot of people are unfamiliar that SeaWorld is another amusement park. They just don't have shows, but you can even see in the background there the roller coasters. I think they have like 15 amazing roller coasters. But with that being said, you don't want to miss the shows. They have amazing shows with killer whales and dolphins and otters and sea lions. And there's a big educational aspect to this as well, but the entertainment value is through the roof with the shows. And I think that's pretty cool. But ultimately, we like thrill rides, so we were there for the roller coasters. Now, we didn't take a lot of video or photos because we were busy having fun on all these different roller coasters. One of the ways we were able to capitalize on it is we always buy Express or Fast Passes. Here is about $100 per person, so an additional $500 plus the entry into the park, which was about $70 per person. And to me, it's so worth it. You don't wait in line, you go right to the front. Now, this was a slower day, it was a weekday. We were actually here on Labor Day, and there weren't lines until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you might think we wasted the money, but you saw me there on that. I don't think we waste the money. I love to be able to walk right to the front, get right on. One of the things when we talk a lot about Universal here on the second half of the video, you're going to find out that we do this everywhere, despite what the cost is. But yeah, they have a ton of amazing roller coasters, about 3 amazing water rides that get you absolutely soaked. This is a cool place to go once every 5 or 10 years for sure. But we're going to spend the majority of time talking about the 2 Universal parks. That's right, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. Universal Studios is more geared towards movies, where Islands of Adventure has a variety of themes, and they break up the park into different sections. Now, one really nice thing you can see right here is their City Walk. It's kind of a bar and restaurant area that you can hang out in. It's free to get into this area right here. And while we ate at a few places, I'm not really going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the parks themselves. We love the parks. We go there every 6 months or so. Our next one will be in Hollywood in about 5 months from now. But we love so many different things. One, it's like you're jumping into the movies. The amount of time and money they spend on these sets and the realism, whether it's you're walking through Hogsmeade at Harry Potter or you're standing next to Jaws, you really feel like you're in the movies. And the amount of time and energy that goes into the design and artistry, not of the rides themselves, which is equally important, but the surroundings is just absolutely amazing. One of the top reasons we like going here. But we love to go for the rides. Most of these are thrill rides for kids who can handle it or adults. And we love roller coasters. But that's not the end of it, too, because this has some of the coolest roller coasters out there. We love the Incredible Hulk. We rode that 20 times. We rode Rock and Ripster or Riptide or whatever that is over and over again. The Mummy. This is the first time we got Velocicoaster because last time the lines were too long. I think this was great, but it was overrated. It is very fast and awesome, but still. But they have a lot of virtual reality rides, almost like 4D, which make you really immerse yourself in the experience. And once again, we got Fast Passes here, our Express Passes. Those cost a lot more than SeaWorld. We spent about $2,000 just on the Express Passes, and that's on top of your normal park tickets. But again, it's so worth it. Now, a few times we did have to wait in line a little bit longer, like 15 to 20 minutes, even in the express lane, which is kind of annoying. But in the end, it makes it for a great experience. We did 3 days at both of these parks, and we were able to ride every ride we wanted to as many times as we wanted to. So I'd really recommend, if you're going to go for this trip, save up and do the Express Pass times 10. It makes it so much more worth it. We saw people waiting in line in hot lines, because the temperature was very hot, for 1 to 2 hours. Totally not worth it to me. Because while everything is cool here, the best part are the rides. And I love whether it's the 4D rides, the roller coasters, the thrill rides. I love how they separate the park into different sections. You have Marvel and Transformers, Jurassic Park, Simpsons, Men in Black, and Harry Potter, which is what I want to talk about for the rest of this video. While I think that the Harry Potter movies were good, I'm not a huge Harry Potter follower, what they've done at Universal is absolutely incredible. So first, Harry Potter is in both parks. And if you go to the normal Universal park, you have, first of all, the Diagon, I don't even know how it's pronounced, Diagon Alley. So it's hidden. You don't even know how to get in there because it's behind this wall that's kind of an optical illusion. How cool is that? And within there, you have the Bank of Gringotts and a few different rides, and it looks like you're really there in Diagon. I can't even say it right. You're really there. But if you want to, you can actually go to King's Cross Station and wait in line and get on a train. The train is not only a ride, but it also has this cool thing that happens on the way there, and it takes you to the other park where Hogsmeade is, and also the castle. What the hell was it called? Hogwarts. Sorry, drawing a blank. But as you can see from these pictures, it's absolutely amazing, and I love how they've incorporated Harry Potter into both worlds. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, you have to go to this. But even if you're not, you just love movies or rides, in my opinion, Universal is the best place to go in Orlando, without a doubt. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So quick summary. SeaWorld, good to go to every 5 to 10 years. Get Express Passes if you go. Universal, always go to Universal and always get Express Passes. Disney, skip that because of the lines. Go there once every 10 years, but it is way too crowded. And also make sure to check out Universal's Volcano Bay. It's amazing.